warm welcome to ABC News. It was here last week that the bodies were found, and we're going to investigate. Join us after the break when things are gonna get serious. Are we off? Are we off? I thought that was quite good. The trouble is, I'm sharing all kinds of things with you that I shouldn't be doing. The truth is, it's my Uncle John. My Uncle John said he was the son of Princess Margaret.
I never used to eat ice cream. My grandma used to tell me, Eric should say, don't eat ice cream because it's the same ingredients as paint strip, just in different quantities. I don't think that was true, but it put me off for years. This is nice though. My grandmother had lovely feet. Very pink they were. She said she always thought, right from the age of 15, that she didn't even believe they were her feet. As if they'd been swapped at birth, and she hadn't noticed till her 15th birthday when she looked down and thought, they're almost salmon pink. The right one more than the left. But she always leaned to the right, did my grandmother. I'm talking now about my dad's mother. My mum's mother, she had very ordinary feet. It was her knees that were the bane of her life. You do know I'm just making small talk with you, don't you? That's very creamy. I'm making small talk with you because really I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to find Princess Margaret. I've told you before in the past, I know she's dead. Don't start telling me she's dead. I know she's dead. But I don't think Princess Margaret, the Queen's sister, our present Queen, I don't think Princess Margaret is buried where they say she's buried, in St George's Crypt in Windsor with her parents, King George VI and latterly the Queen Mother. No, that sounds as if I'm saying King George VI became the Queen Mother. I mean his wife, who was Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, who became Duchess of York, and later when Edward VIII abdicated, she became Queen Elizabeth. Not the first, because that was Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn's daughter. I'm talking about Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, the Queen's mother. Yes, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother as she was. She died in March 2002. Well, anyway, 6 weeks before, Princess Margaret, her daughter, not the Queen, she had two daughters, Margaret Rose and Elizabeth. Elizabeth born in 1926, and Margaret was born in 1930. She was always meant to be the King's favourite, you know. Anyway, she was a chronic smoker. Not Princess Margaret, though she was, of course, it's a well-known fact. My dad's mother, chronic smoker. 80 ciggies a day she used to smoke. They said to her in the end, we're going to have to chop your legs off by the knee because your arteries aren't working. Oh, she... Do you know, I don't think there's anybody secluded spot. There's people there with dogs. I never trust dogs. You never know whether they're bugged or not.
John was put in an asylum, Victorian asylum. I don't mean just an asylum that was built in the Victorian era. I mean, my Uncle John was put in an asylum in 1892, and I used to go back in time to visit him. through my grandmother's pantry. It was there, next to the mangle, was the break in time, and I used to go through, and I met the Prince of Wales, and I used to tug at Queen Victoria's dress. One of my earliest memories was being taken to the cinema to see Carry On Doctor. I don't think it can have been its original release, but it was then that I started channeling people that I was seeing on the screen. Although it hasn't happened for years, I think I should share with you when I was quite a while. He got after his death. I'm not saying I'm in any way channeling his body and he's around me permanently, but it's around the vocal cords. And I think I should best tell you by giving you an example, because it just kind of creeps over me. Now, I brought him out here on the moors to give him an airing, because it can be quite loud, especially for libraries and cafes. Because it did actually have a reputation, you know, of being quite loud when he was in a cafeteria. And, you see, if he was here now, he would be saying, "Camera coming close, really close, realise that I am here." I started off in theatre in New Quay, you see. I was in Weekly Rep, you know. I originally started my career in the army. It was a glorious time for me. I was in combined services, entertainment, and when I went on, and then I came off, and then he just leaves me all of a sudden. And I feel bereft, like I did when my dog died. He choked on a hamster. Oh. I was in a shop the other day, and I saw this lovely book, 6 Ways to Control Feng Shui, but I decided I didn't know where to put it, so I left it where it was. Oh, my head hurts from the inside. I'm used to it hurting from the inside, but I can't avoid it hurting on the inside. I do blame the head. You see, what you must remember about Eric, he's quite harmless. But there's another side to him completely, which is, well, it can be quite distressing. It's more to do with the fact of how he lost his job than any other manifest reason. He was very happy there, of course. He was secure. He felt a sense of pride in cleaning the floor in the way that he did, and he really had a structure to his life. That is something he doesn't hold within him now. He has no structure at all, and he does tend to wander around somewhat, and it can be, I wouldn't say heartbreaking, that would be too extreme for words. What it is shocking. Shocking what he does to caterpillars, for instance. Shocking what he does with bleach. But it's all part of his character and should be understood as part of his character and not something to worry about unduly. But I think the best thing to do, when all is said and done, and at the end of the day, and taking everything into account in a broad picture of everything that is to be considered when dealing with Eric, the best thing is just to ignore him.